Hello everyone, once again I welcome you all at Nagesh Karajagi Orchid School TV channel. Students, today we are going to learn about the sixth lesson of the science, that is animal life. As you know that in our previous lesson, lesson number 5, that is plant life, in that topic we learn all about plant, and in that we learn how do plants reproduce, different types of plants, different types of reproduction system in plants. Then we study about the structure of seed, how do seeds germinate. Then in the next part of that topic we study about different types of crops and different types of crop seasons. And today we are going to learn all about the animal life. So, in our today's topic we have to learn about, we have to learn about animals habitat, different body coverings of animals, different eating habits in animals, different methods of breathing in animals, different methods of moving in animals, and lastly we have to study one interesting point, that is migration. Migration means moving from one place to another. That term we have to study in this topic. Now, first of all see about what is meant by animal habitat. Students, as we all know that there are millions of different kinds of animals that live on the earth. There are millions of different types of animals that live on the earth, and each kind of animals are different than other animals. Their body structure, their living lifestyle, features, then all things are different than other animals. For examples, animals such as amoeba, you know the amoeba? Amoeba are very small living organism, smallest living organism, or amoeba are very smaller in size. Amoeba are very smaller in size, and we cannot see that with our naked eyes. We cannot see that with our naked eyes, but we can see that under a microscope. Whenever we go in the library lab, then we will see about the amoeba. Okay. Now, that means animals such as amoeba are very smaller in size, and we cannot see that with our naked eyes, but we can see that animal under a microscope. Then some animals such as blue whale are huge, very huge. Blue whale are very huge animal. You know the elephant? Elephant is bigger animal, but blue whale is many times the size of an elephant. Blue whale are huge, many times the size of an elephant. And we also know that animals live in different kinds of surroundings, different types of surrounding, different places. Example, everywhere we see animals. Suppose sometime they are found in forest. For example, wild animals like lion, tiger, elephant, cobra, etc. we found that in forest. Then some animals also found in rivers, seas and ponds. Water animals found in rivers, seas and ponds. Water animals like fish, crab, turtles, frogs. Frog is an amphibian that also found in water also and on land also. That means some animals found on river also, in seas also and in ponds also. Then some animals like camel found in deserts. Also some animals found in mountains, snow covered areas. For example, polar bear is found in snow covered areas. Polar bear found in snow covered areas. Also some animals like birds, eagle, owl, etc. found in air, and even some animals are found in also in our homes. For example, pet animals like cow, buffalo, sheep, goat, cat, dog, etc. they are found in our homes also. So, they are found in forest, rivers, seas, ponds, deserts, mountains, snow covered areas, air, and even in our homes. For example, some animals, suppose if some animals live in your house or in surrounding of your house, then your house will be habitat of that animals, of that particular animal. Suppose cow or dogs are living around in your house, then your house will be the habitat of that particular animals. So, what is mean by animal habitat? The surroundings in which a living organism lives and survives. The surroundings in which a living organism lives and survives is called its a habitat. And we know that all animals have various body features and that help them to survive in their specific habitat. For example, when we look at the fish have some special organs like gills and fins. Due to that gills and fins, fish can live in a water. So, also fish fins and gills help them to survive in water. Now, let us see about the different body coverings of animals, different body coverings in animals. Students, as we know that we have skin on our body, which acts as a protective wall of our body. Whenever you see towards your body, you find the skin there, which is which acts as a protective wall of your body, and also it protects us from heat, cold, rain, and from germs also. Why? Because germs cannot enter into our body directly. Whenever we get cut or some injury, then only germs can enter, but due to skin, germs cannot enter into our body directly. Like that, animals also have different types of body coverings according to the surroundings in which they live. That means, body coverings is different in every animal. In human beings, we have skin, but in animals, they have different types of body coverings. For examples, animals such as snails, turtles, and tortoises have a shell. These are different types of body coverings like shell, scales, feathers, hairs, and furs. These are different types of body coverings in animals. Now, out of that, first one see about the shell. So, animals such as snails, turtles, and tortoises have a shell on the back side of their body, Whenever you see the picture of that, you can find the shell on their body. Shell help them to protect their soft bodies. They have soft bodies. Snail, whenever you touches to the snail, you feel their body is very soft. Like that, turtles and tortoises also have soft bodies. So, shell on their back protect them from any attack. Here you can see the picture of snail. This is the snail and this is the shell which protect the snail from any attack. This is the hard outer covering, this is the shell, and this is the body of snail which is very soft, and due to shell, snail get protected from any attack. Now, like snail, turtles and tortoises also have a shell. So, what is the difference between turtle and tortoise? Some students are thinking that turtle and tortoise are same. Their structure is same, but some differences are between them. So, the difference between the turtle and tortoise is that turtle lives in water, where tortoise live on land. So, the first type of body covering is that the shell, which is present on the bodies of snails, turtles, and tortoises. Now, the second type of body covering is the scale, and the animals like fish and reptiles such as lizard, crocodiles have scales on their body. Here you can see the picture of that. This is the crocodile. On the back of crocodile, this is the scale, leathery scale. This is the leathery scale present on the crocodile's body. Then scales are also present on the body of fish and other reptiles such as lizard, where scale on the body of fish is very soft, while crocodile have hard and leathery scales on their bodies. So, the second type of body covering is the scale. Now, third type of body coverings is that feathers, and birds have feathers. Who have the feathers? Birds. Birds have feathers to protect them and keep them warm and help them to fly in the air. Now, the next type of body covering is that hairs, and mammals have hairs on their bodies, and animals like polar bear have a thick covering of hair called a fur. The animal like polar bear have thick fur which is live in a snow region or where snow is falling. So, on their body there is a fur which protect them from snow and cold. And all mammals means the animals who give birth to their babies and feed their babies on their own milk. So, all mammals have hair on their body. For example, goat is a example of mammal which give birth to the baby and which feed their baby on their own milk. And animals like lion, goat, etc. have hairs on their body as body coverings which protect them and keep them warm. So, these are the some types of body coverings in animals, that are shell, scales, feathers, hairs and thick fur. Now, see about the different eating habits in animals. Students, we all know that all animals need to eat the food. Why? All animals need to eat the food. Why? Because without food we are unable to stay alive, and the different animals eat different kinds of food, like different types of body coverings. All animals eat different kinds of food. For example, some animals eat only plants or some eat only flesh of other animals. That means food of every animal is also different, and the mouth parts of animals are adapted, that is modified. Adapted means modified to the kind of food they eat. So, some animals eat only plants or the food that they get from the plants, and some animals eat the other animals, meat of other animals, flesh of other animals as their food, and some animals eat the food that they get from plants as well as flesh of other animals also. So, according to the food that the animals eat, animals have been divided into three main categories, and that are animals that eat plants. Second category is that animals that eat other animals, and third one is that animals that eat both plants and animals. Now, let us see about that in detail one by one. First of all, we will see about the animals that eat plants. Animals that eat plants. Animals that eat plants are also called as herbivorous. Herbivorous animals. Herbivorous. In this word, herb. Herb means like grass or plant, or the animals which eat plant or grass or the food which they get from the plant, that animals. So, animals that eat plants are also called as herbivorous animals. Now, Animals such as cow, buffalo, deer, sheep, goat, zebra, rabbit, horse, etc. eat plants. So, they are called as herbivorous animals, and they are able to eat the plants because they have sharp front teeth. They have sharp front teeth which help them to cut or bite the plants, and they also have large flat back teeth, large flat back teeth to grind the food. This is the adaptation in animals that eat plants. Due to that adaptation, they are able to eat the plants. Because so, here you can see the picture of animals that eat plants. This is the horse which eat plants or grass. Also, this is the rabbit which also eat the plant or grass or the food that they get from the plant. So, these are the herbivorous animals. Now, see about the next group of the animals that eat other animals as food. Animals that eat other animals as their foods. So, animals which eat other animals or which eat flesh or meat of other animals are called as carnivorous animals. Which animals are called as carnivorous animals? Animals which eat other animals or flesh of other animals are called as carnivorous animals. And animals such as lion, wolf, frog, lizard, snake, eagle or owl, etc. are some of the examples which eat the other animals as their food. So, they are called as carnivorous animals, and they are able to tear the other animals because their teeth and mouth are adapted in these ways. For examples, lion, tigers and other meat eaters have sharp pointed front teeth. They have sharp pointed front teeth which help them to tear the food, and they also have strong back teeth. They have strong back teeth to chew the flesh and bones. Here in this picture you can see the teeth of tiger. This is a tiger. Tiger have, see, this is the pointed front teeth. These are the pointed front teeth which help them to tear the food, and they also have strong back teeth. If you see inside the picture, they also have strong back teeth which help them to chew the flesh and bones. This is the structure of their teeth which help them to chew the flesh and bones. And the animals like eagles and owls. Eagles and owls have sharp strong claws. These are the claws of that eagle. This is the eagle. This is the sharp and strong claws, here you can see, which help them to catch small animals, and sharp hooked beak. Here you can see the eagle have sharp and hooked beaks which help them to tear the flesh. That means eagles and owls have sharp strong claws which help them to catch small animals, and also they have sharp hooked beaks to tear the flesh. Now, carnivorous animals like frogs and lizards. Frogs and lizards have a long and sticky tongue to catch their prey. Here you can see this is the frog which have long sticky tongue. This is the long and sticky tongue which help them to catch their prey. This is the prey like smaller insects, mosquitoes, houseflies, etc. they eat. So, frogs and lizards have a long sticky tongue. Due to that sticky tongue, insect get stuck easily, and that help them to catch their prey like small insects. And some carnivorous animals like snakes have hundreds of backward facing teeth. Snakes have hundreds of backward facing teeth that help them to swallow their food, and they also have a detachable jaw. Detachable jaw means which can be separated. That detachable jaw helps them to swallow prey that is larger than their mouth. For example, they swallow small frogs, rats, etc. So, due to that detachable jaw, they can swallow the prey that is larger than their mouth. Now, so these are the adaptations in animals which eat other animals. Now, see about the animals which eat both plants and other animals as their food. Animals that eat both plants and animals. So, certain animals which eat both plants and animals are called as omnivorous animals. Which animals are called as omnivorous animals? Animals which eat both plants, means the food that they get from the plant, and animals, means the flesh or meat of other animals, are called as omnivorous animals. And the animals like ducks, fowl, even human beings also omnivorous, and bears eat both plants and animals. Here you can see the picture of that bear. This is the bear which is omnivorous animal, and this is the duck. It also eat the product from the plants, and some animals like insects, worms, etc. That is why bear and duck is also called as omnivorous animals. Now, fowl is like a hen that eat also grains and worms, and humans eat both vegetables, fruits or grains that they get from the plant, and sometimes they eat meat of other animals such as hen, goat, fish. Therefore, human beings are also called as omnivorous animals. So, these are some of the omnivorous animals, and these are the three different types of animals depending upon their eating habits. Out of them, first one is the animals that eat plants, then animals that eat other animals, and animals that eat both plants and animals. Now, let us see about the different methods of breathing in different animals. Like different body coverings, different eating habits, breathing system is also different in every animals. And in order to stay alive, animals have to breathe continuously. So, students, as we know that in order to stay alive, animals have to breathe continuously, and the breathing contains two processes called as inhalation and other one is the exhalation. So, in the so these are the some methods of breathing, that are some animals breathe through lungs, some animals breathe through moist skin, some animals breathe through their body holes, and even some animals breathe through gills. So, first of all, we will see about the some animals that breathe through their lungs. The breathing contains two processes. In this system, there are two processes called as inhalation and the other one is exhalation. And in the process of inhalation, this is the picture of inhalation. In the process of inhalation, what we do? We inhale or takes the oxygen in. We inhale or takes the oxygen in from the air, and also we use that oxygen to release the energy from food, and at the same time in the exhalation carbon dioxide is breathed out or given out. This is the picture which shows inhalation and exhalation. You can also see that picture in your textbook. So, in the first process, that is inhalation, we takes oxygen in our body, and in the second process, that is exhalation, we give out or throw out the carbon dioxide that is produced by our body, and lungs help us to inhale and exhale. But when we look towards the different animals, we will found that the methods of breathing in different animals. Methods of breathing are different in different animals. For example, some animals breathe through moist skin, some animals breathe through lungs, some animals breathe through their body holes, and some animals breathe through gills that are present on their body. Now, let us see first of all that animals that breathe through lungs. Animals like mammals, birds and reptiles breathe through their lungs, and they have two lungs. Here you can see they have these are the lungs, two lungs which are connected by a breathing tube. This is a breathing tube to the nostril. Nostrils are the breathing holes in the nose. Nostrils are what? What are nostrils? Nostrils are the breathing holes in the nose, and such animals breathe the air through the nostrils. Such animals breathe through the nostrils and fills the lungs. When the air enters the lungs, then lungs become bigger. Here you can see when we inhale or when the air enters in the lungs become bigger, and at that time the lungs exchange the oxygen in inhaled air with the carbon dioxide produced in the body, then air is breathed out. Here you can see through the nostrils. Here you can see the picture of human breathing system. This shows the process of inhalation and exhalation. So, first of all, animals take the oxygen through the nostrils, and at the same time they exhale or give out the carbon dioxide that is produced by our body. This is the human breathing reproduction system. Now, see about the breathing in animals through moist skin. Animals that breathe through moist skin. Animals like earthworm, as we know that earthworm is found in farm or in the soil, that breathes through its moist skin, and in the same way frogs also breathe. Here you can see the picture of that earthworm which breathe through its moist skin. So, in the same way frog also breathe through their moist skin when it is in the water. As we know that frog is the amphibian animal, that means it lives in water also and on land also. So, when the frog is in the water, that breathe through their moist skin, and when it comes on the land, it breathe with the help of their lungs. Here you can see the picture of that earthworm also, which breathe through its moist skin. So, this is the breathing through moist skin. Now, with this point of the lesson, we will conclude our session here, but before concluding the session, we have to see what we studied today. So, we studied first of all we studied about animals habitat, then we studied about different body coverings, that are shells, scales, feathers, hairs and fur. After that, we also study about different eating habits. On the basis of their eating habits, the three types of animals, that are animals that eat plants, that are herbivorous, then animals that eat other animals, then animals that eat both plants and animals. Then we studied about different methods of breathing. In that, we studied some animals breathe through lungs and some animals breathe through moist skin. So, the remaining part of the session, in our next session we will see about the remaining part of our lesson. Thank you.